at me, right? Alright, haters. Shout out to Mano, you know what I'm saying? Everybody used to be laughing at me. 2 years, in the past 2 years, you see what I did?
The music dictated by some A&R who's telling everybody how to make this commercially pop candy cut song, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think there's a lot of people that's coming out, a lot of new people coming out in the freshman class that's killing it. I put that on the underground grind, man. I think people can see now that I wasn't just talking when I said I had a big fan base. Now it ain't no surprise when I come out of nowhere and just sell a lot of records.
We rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty.
Chamillionaire, the rap mogul who wasn't just a chart-topping artist. He was the worst nightmare record labels could have ever imagined.
Are we talking money right now? Because you want to talk about women, I want to talk about money. Past 2 years, let's talk about money. We're not going to talk about these diamonds on my neck right now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a recession and I don't want to make some people feel bad.
He used his street smarts, industry goons, and a deadly mix of business acumen to outsmart, outlast, and out-earn the very people who tried to control his career.
Well, first, when I got involved in music, I never did it because I wanted to make money. You know, I won a Grammy. I never did it to win a Grammy. Like, my Grammy is in a box under my fish tank. I never pulled it out.
So how did Chamillionaire manage to break free from the industry's grip? Was he really a mastermind who used his influence and network to strike deals behind closed doors? Let's find out. You know how people love saying that anyone who made it big in the industry must have sold their soul or something? It's like this super common belief these days. But then there are those rare legends who never played along with the shady stuff, stayed true to themselves and still crushed it. One of those straight-up heroes, Chamillionaire. Dude didn't just talk the talk. He supposedly flipped the script and used the industry's own gatekeepers to stack up millions. That's some next-level boss moves, right?
At the time, it's this guy named Scott Storch. We make this record. It cost about $250,000 to make. Because it costs so much, it's gonna propel you to superstardom.
Drake said it best when he rapped about wanting to make music forever. It's not just about dropping hits. It's about staying relevant in an industry that'll chew you up and spit you out in no time. Every year, we see fresh rappers blow up, but just as fast as they come, they're gone. Making an impact is one thing, but sticking around, that's a whole different game. Only a few can pull it off. Legends like Jay-Z, Raekwon, Too Short, and yeah, even Eminem have not only survived but thrived for years. It's all about talent, hustle, and knowing how to evolve with the times.
Suck the blood of artists and nominate them, have them come to the shows, and then
which they do. They do it every year, yeah. And I'm just tired of seeing it.
For sure. Even the best artists hit rough patches, and knowing when to switch it up is key. Rappers, in particular, have a knack for branching out. Whether it's liquor, restaurants, or real estate, they're always finding ways to level up. It's all about flipping that rap success into something sustainable that keeps the money rolling in long term. And Chamillionaire, he's the perfect example of how to do it right. Honestly, his path seemed destined for greatness the moment he chose that stage name.
First of all, man, I am the definition of hustle, man. Right now, you got a lot of people that's saying all this about Chamillionaire. They don't know me. They be like, Chamillionaire ain't all that, he too nice, whatever they feel. At the end of the day, man, they cannot say they hustle harder.
Chamillionaire, born Hakeem Temidayo Sariki, started making waves in the rap game alongside Paul Wall as part of the Color Change and Click. But 2005 was his breakout year when he stepped into the spotlight with his solo debut album, The Sound of Revenge. That album gave us Ridin', the 4-time platinum anthem that had everyone bumping and singing along.
Me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty.
After dropping a couple more albums and splitting from Universal Music Group, Chamillionaire made a major pivot into entrepreneurship. And according to Celebrity Net Worth, that shift has stacked his bank account to the tune of about $50 million. Even during his music days, Cham was already thinking like a boss. In 2004, he launched his own label, Chamillionaire Entertainment. But what really set him apart was his drive to dig deeper into the business world. He started hitting up tech conferences to learn the ins and outs of how companies get funded and valued. UBS even reported on it.
Everything I did in the music industry was training for something bigger, you know, like learning how to, you know, sell mixtapes out the trunk, evolved into learning how to, you know, negotiate with record companies.
Chamillionaire's got an eye for big moves. Back in 2009, when Maker Studios was just starting out, he jumped in as one of the first investors according to Complex. Fast forward to 2014, Disney came through and bought the YouTube multi-channel network for a massive $500 million. Cham's $1.5 million investment reportedly turned into a $20 million plus payday according to the Black Wall Street Times. And that wasn't his only win. He also got in early with Cruise, the self-driving tech startup. Forbes revealed that General Motors later scooped up Cruise for a mind-blowing $1 billion. Cham really knows how to pick them.
Well, I don't have an exact thesis of companies that I only invest in, but I do try to find companies that I believe are getting funded by, top-tier VCs.
Let's not sleep on Chamillionaire's Lyft play either. Yahoo Finance reported that he got in on the action early, well before the company went public. And as of now, stock analysis says Lyft's market cap is chilling at around $3.19 billion. Then in 2015, Cham made headlines when he was named Entrepreneur in Residence at Upfront Ventures, according to Business Insider. His connection with Mark Suster, a managing partner there, actually goes way back to 2009. Thanks to Cham's early investment in Maker Studios. And Upfront Ventures, they're heavy hitters, with over 400 companies in their portfolio. As CB Insights points out, Cham's business game is seriously on another level.
I believe that this industry has a lot of, just value in it, and this value hasn't been given to my community. So what I'm trying to do is learn as much as I can.
Chamillionaire's not just about stacking cash from big-name investments. He's also all about backing minority-led companies and pushing for more diversity in the startup world. Afrotech highlighted how he's using his platform to make those moves, and honestly, that's something to respect. But Cham's entrepreneurial journey goes way beyond just tech and investments. Back in 2003, he co-founded Fly Rides, an automotive company serving high-net-worth individuals and corporations, designing, renting, and selling luxury cars. With Houston's car culture booming, it was a smart play that paid off. And if you dig deeper, his bio hints at even more ventures, like owning a tour bus company and launching a modeling agency.
You see this? We pimp that hoe. When she say turn, she turn. You understand what I'm saying? Pimpin' ain't dead, homeboy.
Chamillionaire might not be all over the mainstream radar right now, but he's got a diehard fan base that's still riding with him. And he's smart about it, running a profitable online store where fans can grab his mixtapes, merch, and other goodies. Plus, he's always stayed connected with his followers, which has only made that loyalty stronger. Even if Cham never drops another chart-topping hit, he's got enough hustle and smarts to keep cashing in and thriving in the rap game for years to come.
I know the fans want it, but I think it's impossible to recreate it. Think about all the people that came back that tried to do that new, We're Back album.
And we can't forget that 2010 interview with Mark. It's like a treasure trove for anyone into marketing and hustling. Chamillionaire's early grind, selling tapes out of his trunk, is legendary. And that interview breaks down the innovative tactics he used way before Twitter and MySpace even took over the game. If you're looking to learn from one of the OGs who really knew how to hustle, that's definitely a must-watch or must-read.
Yeah, I actually, it's been a while, man. I've been kind of dealing with these major labels, and I finally got myself in a position where I can now start releasing music. So I plan to give a lot of music to, the fans that have been waiting. And
for sure, Chamillionaire joining Upfront Ventures made total sense to his fans. He's always been about pushing the envelope and trying new things to level up his music career. And that same drive has been clear throughout his journey. From building an email list back in the 90s and early 2000s to understanding how to create demand, Cham's foresight was always ahead of the curve. As for the idea of artists wasting their potential, Chamillionaire is definitely not that guy. Sure, his music career could have gone even higher, and fans still mourn the unreleased gems like Venom and the almost mythical Pimp C feature Beat Naked Lady. But Cham doesn't waste time dwelling on the what-ifs. He's always been focused on making the most of whatever he's got in front of him, no matter what.
I don't have a title yet because once I left Universal, they kept the name and wouldn't allow me to use it, so I have to think of something new. But maybe the fans can help me think of something,
And that's exactly what Chamillionaire did when he made the leap into the tech world. Using the marketing skills he honed during his rap career, he found a smooth way to break into an entirely new industry. It really shows how adaptable and entrepreneurial he is, and it's something fans can't help but respect. But let's be real, it wasn't all smooth sailing. No success story is without its bumps, and Chamillionaire's journey wasn't a bed of roses. Every artist who enters this game faces their share of struggles and controversies, and Cham's no different. One thing that's always been rock solid for him, though, is his integrity. He stuck to his principles, even in the face of the industry's shady side. In a pretty eye-opening moment, Chamillionaire revealed how staying true to his values led to one of the biggest hits of the 2000s. He shared that Ridin' came about after he turned down a Timbaland beat because he wasn't willing to pay up. That decision might have seemed risky, but it paid off big time, giving the world one of the most iconic tracks of the decade.
The artist in me, I often kind of feel sorry for other artists.
Staying authentic to oneself is just one of the many valuable lessons today's artists can glean from Chamillionaire's journey. Before shedding light on the backstory behind his quadruple platinum hit single, he didn't shy away from voicing his views on the music industry. In a previous interview, Chamillionaire boldly expressed his belief that the industry is set up to take advantage of artists, drawing from his own first-hand experiences.
The state of the music industry is designed to rip off an artist. That's what I believe. I believe that when the check gets handed to an artist, the check is normally not right.
Following some sage advice from fellow rapper Nelly about the significance of audits, Cham took action and enlisted Jay-Z's auditor. This move ultimately proved to be a game changer, serving as his lifeline in navigating the treacherous waters of the music business. He goes and finds over $600,000 that the label hid from me, he revealed during the interview. I was like, wait a second, is this the way it always is? And he was like, yeah, you got to keep on doing this. So I realized that all my peers didn't know this. In addition to his insights about the industry, Chamillionaire also dropped another bombshell: the alleged practice of people shelling out big bucks to boost their records to the top of the charts. Armed with all this knowledge about the music biz, Cham set his sights on equity. But when it came time to part ways with Universal Music Group, he had some leverage up his sleeve. I left Universal, and they weren't too keen on it, he revealed in the interview. I basically told them, if you don't let me go, I'm gonna spill the beans and teach all these artists on the label how to do an audit. And well, they let me go because of that. They didn't want to cough up all that cash. Chamillionaire wasn't about to let anyone hold him back from pursuing what he believed was rightfully his. Indeed, Chamillionaire's decision not to spill the beans to his former label mates at the time didn't mean he was holding back valuable insights. In fact, he was dropping knowledge bombs that could potentially benefit artists of this generation. Another famous incident happened between him and Michael Jordan, in which he was forced to pay millions for a jersey. The obsession with Michael Jordan remains strong even after all these years. The NBA icon captured the hearts of people worldwide, leaving even the biggest stars starstruck in his presence. Rapper Chamillionaire was determined to snag MJ's jersey at an auction, but he faced unexpected competition from a persistent rival. The bizarre part? This rival had no interest in the jersey whatsoever.
Oh yeah, well, we got everybody paying attention. I know a lot of y'all be asking me about this Michael Jordan story, right? Everybody sees me always talking crazy about Michael Jordan. Let me explain to you.
The tale of Chamillionaire's encounter with Jordan is legendary. MJ famously brushed off the millionaire rapper during their first meeting, adding insult to injury after Chamillionaire had gone all out in a bidding war for his jersey. And the kicker? The person driving up the bids had no intention of actually owning the jersey.
Saw Michael Jordan. I'm at a party, and I don't ask nobody for nothing. I never do. I don't like when people overly do it to me.
The rapper hopped on a stream to spill the beans on why he dropped a cool $7,000 on Jordan's jersey. Turns out, he was at an auction hosted by Reggie Bush, who was unloading some serious jersey heat. Chamillionaire couldn't resist the allure of jerseys from legends like Jordan, Iverson, and Carter. But just as he was about to snag his prized pieces, a pesky rival started a bidding war. Chamillionaire recounted, "They started at $4,000 and we kept going back and forth until I hit $7,000. Feeling the burn, he decided to strike a deal. He approached the rival and proposed, "Hey man, quit raising your hand, you don't even want these jerseys. How about we split the cost in the jerseys?" And just like that, they called it quits on the bidding war. When the dust settled, Chamillionaire walked away with the jerseys, but his bidding buddy revealed a surprising twist. He wasn't even interested in the jerseys. Turns out he was just trying to flex for Kim Kardashian, who happened to be on stage.
So the guy tells me that he wasn't even he didn't even want to get the jerseys. He was just trying to show off to Kim Kardashian, who was on the stage. I was like, man, this dude that made me pay $7,000 for these jerseys.
In the end, Chamillionaire dropped a cool $7,000 to snag that prized Michael Jordan jersey. But was it worth it? Well, not exactly. He was hoping for a memorable moment with MJ himself, but things didn't go as planned. Jordan pretty much gave him the cold shoulder, leaving Cham feeling pretty let down. And to make it even worse, former Celtics star Paul Pierce had to step in and play peacemaker. Talk about a buzzkill. With his idol completely brushing him off, Chamillionaire's respect for Jordan took a nosedive faster than a missed dunk. Sometimes, meeting your heroes doesn't quite live up to the fantasy.
I've never been so heated in my life, man. My heart just started racing like, I'm about to steal off on this fool. And I thought about all the times when I used to pause the little video game or the basketball game.
By shining a light on the inner workings of the music industry, everything from alleged pay-for-play schemes to the need for audits and equity, Chamillionaire was unknowingly laying down a roadmap for artists to navigate the murky waters of the business. His willingness to share his experiences and lessons was a beacon for aspiring artists who want to secure their rights and get their fair share in an industry known for exploitation. And here's the thing, Chamillionaire never once compromised his integrity. His passion for doing things his way made him believe that with enough dedication, he could turn that drive into billions. That's probably why he's been hanging around Upfront Ventures. He's been showing up every week with his producer, Encelo Reddick, for his gig as entrepreneur in residence. It's not your typical 9-to-5. He pops in when it suits him, soaking up some capitalist knowledge and brainstorming his next big move. He's not punching the clock like most people. He's just chilling in meetings, taking notes while startup teams pitch their ideas, hoping to secure anywhere from $1 million to $10 million in funding. It's all part of Cham's hustle to keep building his empire. There are people that are doing things that I would have never even thought possible, says Cham, who's giving his first interview about the ER since it was announced in February. To be in the midst of that is just amazing to me. Coming up as a rap artist, man, I come from a world where people couldn't just walk into a room and just get all this money. You had to be a rapper or a basketball player, and you had to be exceptionally great at that. Well, why was Chamillionaire rubbing elbows with venture capitalists? It all boils down to one thing, the almighty dollar. But it's not just about the cash. He's after power, influence, and equity too. Cham's done playing by the old rules of the music biz. He's watched tech giants like Apple and Spotify swoop in and snatch up massive slices of the pie. And now he wants in on the action. Yep, Chamillionaire's got his eyes set on a new goal, becoming a Chamillionaire. And he knows that road is paved with tech dollars. Your Facebook page you're posting all on, how much money are they making off your page, do you know? He says. He's looking understated but fresh in a black hoodie, chunky diamond earrings and long gold chain. Most people don't know or don't care to know. I'm one of the people that kinda wants to know. Chamillionaire's journey has been anything but straightforward, but it's been a wild ride. Back in the 90s, he was grinding it out at the legendary Houston label Swishahouse, hustling mixtapes out of his Ford Excursion and hitting up record stores in different cities. That grind was real, but eventually he split from Swishahouse, and in 2002, he and Paul Wall dropped Get Ya Mind Correct, a mixtape that paid tribute to everything Houston: Candy Paint, Swangas, Love, and Cash. But it was his move to Universal and the release of The Sound of Revenge in 2005 that truly made him a household name. That album had everything: catchy hooks, slick rhymes, and a vision for something bigger. He was one of the first to bring in live instruments like violins to his production, setting him apart from the crowd. It was bold, innovative, and it solidified Chamillionaire as a major player in the rap game.
And the way I got off of Universal when they didn't want to let me go is I told them, if you don't let me go, I'm going to go teach all these guys on the label how to do an audit. And they let me go because of that.
And we can't forget about Ridin', the monster hit from The Sound of Revenge that really catapulted Chamillionaire into superstardom. That track didn't just earn him a Grammy, it also broke ringtone sales records and became a global anthem, thanks to its powerful message against police harassment. Even in today's climate, with ongoing conversations about police brutality and injustice, the song still resonates. What's even more impactful is the fact that Chamillionaire was never riding dirty in the first place. Dude doesn't even drink or smoke. That just adds another layer to the message, showing how real the struggle is for those who face discrimination. It's a powerful reminder of the unfairness many people deal with, all delivered over a beat that you couldn't escape if you tried. That song wasn't even about me, honestly. I put myself in the shoes of other people. I was thinking about all the things that people have said, and why hasn't nobody said this? He says, even if you're doing nothing, you could be a college student, whatever. And the police officers just looking like they think you're doing something wrong. And it's like, where's the theme song for this? And people are quick to speculate that in that song, Cham actually tried to expose the current situation of the industry. One person on the internet wrote, if you followed Chamillionaire, you know he wasn't just a one-hit wonder and moved differently from the average rapper. He dropped plenty of classic mixtapes and was making good investments. He's also still collecting checks from his one-hit song. Very smart guy. Another one added, he got the bag from Ridin' Dirty and dipped from the industry. Dude was already hella smart, and he used that money and invested that money smartly and became super rich. Good on him. One more person added, "It looks like Cham was just ahead of everyone else. His business moves were methodical, planned out, and he grinded. He didn't slack and was hardworking, and it really paid off for him." Who knows if Chamillionaire will ever drop new music again? It's tough to say. But here's the thing. When you switch passions like he did, that first love never really goes away. Those 3 EPs he released back in 2012-13, straight fire, but they still somehow flew under the radar. But let's be real, Cham isn't just about the beats and bars anymore. The dude's got that business mindset. While a lot of rappers fade into the background once their music career slows down, Chamillionaire's out here showing us how to level up in life after the spotlight.